Hi Capricorn, welcome to Psychic Consultant. This is Agatha and this is your love reading for June 2016. I hope you had an incredible May. I'm sorry I wasn't able to upload videos. I had a huge amount of problems with all my technology, which are getting better now, but the sound's still a little bit iffy. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've already recorded this once and it didn't quite, sometimes it just crashes and then it doesn't save properly. So, but I know that these cards are for you, so the cards are already laid out. So, yeah, we will just get going. The cards we have for you on your side are the World, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Three of Cups. The cards we have for your love are the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. And then crowning the energy they take in, the energy you take in, and the Root we will turn over later. And bottom of the deck is the Judgment card. So this Judgment card means that this connection is very, very helpful for your own personal growth, spiritually, emotionally, physically. This card is about bringing together your divine self and your human self, really, essentially, which are one thing. But we do kind of have to separate it out sometimes, or we do tend to separate it out, but that's only so that we can know them better. We only take things outside of ourselves so that we can see it more clearly. But this really is about the integration of the two things. So this is about your higher self calling up yourself in your humanity, in your nakedness, in your truth, in your innocence, and just remembering who you are, remembering who you are in your entirety, and this connection is really about that for this month. In a way, you know, all relationships are that, but there seems to be that's a big strong message for you for this partnership with this person. Right, so you start off with the World card. This is all about feeling whole, feeling a sense of completion, feeling as though you found who you are, feeling as though you're floating in your own kind of bubble, that you know that your world is your world and you are the center of that world, and that's all that really matters. Feeling free, feeling fun, feeling light, a lightness to this you can see in the card, and that the whole world really is your oyster. This is a really powerful card, a really great card, and the Major Arcana card on your side, so the biggest kind of energy that you start off with that will pervade the whole month. And it feels as though, I mean, this is a really quite powerful card to get at any point. It really is about wholeness and very related to that Judgment card, and so that's really great. The card that your love has is slightly different with this Nine of Swords, because this really is about anxiety and thought, and too many thoughts, basically, that are causing a lot of anxiety. It can mean sleepless nights, can mean waking up in the middle of the night. So basically, your love has got some worry going on, some worry, and it does feel like there's this kind of, what I'm getting is that it's like they go about their day and everything's okay. And then either they're having some kind of nightmare at night, or at night there's some anxiety. I see this person kind of literally, they're fine, and then they kind of quickly wake up bolt upright, like there's some problem or some issue, like there's something off. There's something off in their life. And yeah, there's lots of things going on that they're trying to juggle, lots of thoughts that they're trying to juggle, trying to work something out. And it's causing them some stress. So that's, you know, interesting to look at. and an interesting difference between the two of them. I also feel like you're not willing to go there. Like, why would you leave this place to go to this place? And I'm also kind of getting, you don't have to go there. We don't help people by meeting them. It's more like, don't meet them where they are, encourage them to meet you where you are. You stay here and encourage them to come to you where you are. Then, there's a huge amount of kind of new beginnings, which, of course, this is a culmination of things in a wholeness, and it makes sense that new beginnings kind of follow that. So, you then move on to this Ace of Cups. This is, for me right now, really about allowing love, true love, unconditional love to flow through you in your wholeness. So it makes complete sense that that Ace of Cups turns up after that World card, because that really is about, I always feel like this water is love, and it's just endlessly flowing through this cup. And in yourself, in this number one, in the Ace, there's a holiness to it as well, with the symbology, the symbols, this dove and even the cross there on this kind of coin, I suppose, that's next to that cup. And yes, it is that you feel like you don't need anyone or anything to embody this love, for this love to flow through you, and it's really powerful. It's really powerful. Also symbolizes new beginnings. So there's a new beginning here. There's a new beginning here in love. So this is either a new person coming in, or a new renewal of this current relationship. There's a new start for you, a really new start. And actually life is always about constant renewal. I mean, really what you want to do is kind of just be in these places all the time. Completion, new start, just kind of jumping, flowing between those two. And it seems like you are. And then, when you're in that place, and when you're in this real place where you let this love flow through you regardless, then they reach this culmination and completion with this Ten of Cups. And it is in regard to you. It's kind of like you've taught them this completion by standing where you are, staying where you are with that World card. You've kind of encouraged them onto your side, because then they're experiencing this Ten of Cups with you. So there's connectedness. There's definitely a connectedness and a joining and a union to this Ten of Cups card. A couple of children there, it's kind of like the full shebang. And it's like, this is our world. So it moves from... So you need both of these. You need to know that you are the center of your world, and it's all about you. And then there's this our world energy about this Ten of Cups too. And they want to experience that, and that's powerful. And they do experience that, and that's great. And they have that in regard to you. You then kind of move on to this another Ace, another new beginning with this Ace of Wands. But this is a passionate, fiery, creative energy. This is a card of fertility. This is a card of kind of a lot of kind of sexual energy around this card, about kind of getting going. But it feels like there's a huge amount of potential here. It's all about potential, this Ace of Wands, and making that potential manifest. Really, making things created. I mean, all the aces are kind of about that. They're all ones. They're all like the creation of things. So, but it really feels like, that there's passion here, and you really want to get going. New ideas as well, creativity kind of flowing, like lots of ideas coming to you. And this person really does inspire you. And being in this partnership and having this connection with them really does inspire you. And that's really incredible. But at the same time, they kind of are represented by this Knight of Pentacles. So this is them kind of moving away from you, or not moving away from you, looking away from you, running away, with this Knight, because he has something to do. He has some practical things to attend to. He has a job to do. So it's really important that he does that, though, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you. And don't feel rejected. If you come at them with this Ace of Wands, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. I'm just saying here, there is a lot of masculine energy here and a feminine energy here, but it's all interchangeable, and we all have both. But he, you know, the knight is a he, and so he's like going off. He has to go off and do this practical thing. There is a practical thing that he has to attend to. Don't feel as though there isn't a space for this Ace of Wands to be with them. It's just they have somewhere else to go. And allow that Ace of Wands to just hold on to that Ace of Wands energy, hold that space, really hold that creative, powerful, passionate space, and don't be upset or take it personally that he has this thing to do. It's his job. It's like, this is his job. So it could be a career thing. It's a practical thing. Pentacles are practical. Could be an earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn again. And it feels like, you know, that the big message is that he has something to go and attend to, and that's his position, that's his role, and it has nothing to do with you. But then I feel like you then move towards because they're not around, you then go out. It's about going out and having fun with this Three of Cups. You go out and have fun socially. Your social life kind of really starts blooming. There are 3 women here, so it could be, you know, usually it can be indicative of lots of women, but it's in any regard. This big kind of social life. There was an aspect that kind of came up, that there's a few people that might happen to, but it's a bit like, oh, you know, you're going to go off here and do your thing, I'm going to go off here and do my thing, and make it a bit kind of tit for tat. And it's just like, don't do that. There's no point, because if you're really kind of using this energy as a way to kind of reject them or prove to them that you don't, you know, okay, whatever, I'm going to go and do this because of that. 2 things: you're taking away from this experience because it's kind of meaning something else. So you're not fully enjoying this experience in its own right, because you're kind of making it part of this story, which it doesn't need to be. You know, you're taking your presence away from it. But also you're going to miss out because you're kind of engaging in that energy on this Hierophant card, which represents marriage. This is the High Priest, a divine masculine energy. It's about structure. It's about marriage. It's about sacred marriage. It's about true marriage, a true marriage born of God, is what I'm getting, and this is what they have to offer you. So don't get put off or reactive to this Knight of Pentacles going off to do something else, because he really needs to do that, and it may be related to this Nine of Swords up here. It probably is. This is him kind of taking the action to that this is what that was born out of this kind of confusion and anxiety. Because yeah, this is, you know, often the advice with this card is, you know, this is all your thoughts, it's not really real. But at the same time, sometimes yes, we do find clarity, but make sure that when you're in that position, you do find clarity, you do look for the clarity and kind of relax in it, allow it to be. And it feels like, yes, they do find some clarity, they know what they want when they find this Ten of Cups, and then they go off to kind of sort things out with that Knight of Pentacles. Right, so I'm going to turn over the middle cards. Crowning the 2 of you is the King of Cups. The energy they bring in is the Chariot. The energy you bring in is the Empress. And the root is the 2 of Cups. So these are really powerful cards here. This is a very powerful spread. So crowning is the King of Cups, and whenever the King of Cups turns up for me, especially at the moment, he really represents a divine masculine energy, though it's present with both of us, and it's crowning the both of you, so it's present for both of you. And this is this embodiment of unconditional love, in this very solid state of unconditional love. So I like to think of this card as though this ocean is love, and especially on this Radiant Rider-Waite deck, there's lots of colours, different shades of blue and green in that ocean. It's moving, it moves, it's organic, it flows, it doesn't stay still. There's a fish jumping out of it here. There's a boat on it there. There are things above it, there are things below it that we can't really see. Sometimes it's choppy, sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's really stormy, sometimes it's, you know, it doesn't look as though it's moving at all. It's unpredictable, but it's always beautiful. And this king is always in it. He's in it, he is moved by it, but he is not toppled over by it. He doesn't get consumed by it. He holds his own within it. He rides it. He's stable and he's solid and he loves. He keeps loving. He is the love amongst the love. And this is a really powerful energy to embody. That then backed up by this Two of Cups in the root position. You know, this is a soul connection. This is to see and be seen. This is a perfect mirror. This is knowing one another. This is knowing one another for a long time. This is a deep soul connection. This is kind of exactly what it says on the tin. This is exactly what it says on the card. You can see it very clearly. And this is a really strong soul connection and rooted in that. So the energy they then bring to you as the Chariot, this is really moving forward. This is moving forward and moving forward fast. It can also indicate travel, and it's really an energy that feels fast and really feels like it's moving towards you at speed. So this Knight of Pentacles here, you know, he's really kind of irrelevant. This Chariot Major Arcana trumps that Knight, you know, by far. So any energy that's kind of moving in that way, there's a huge amount of energy kind of moving towards you that kind of trumps it. So that's really important for you to know. And what they are moving towards, again, I said that there's this kind of like masculine, feminine energy. Also, what's interesting here in the Chariot is the balance of that masculine and feminine as I kind of see it, or the light and dark, or duality, or whatever, because there are these two sphinxes here that kind of represent that. But he's driving this vehicle, but essentially that it's being pulled, from my perception, by the two sphinxes. So he might be steering, but the two are pulling the weight. And I like that. I really like that. That image and that idea. But he's kind of driving towards this Empress energy, the embodiment of this Empress, Mother, Divine Mother, Mother Earth, nurturing, maternal, whole, and more wholeness, you know, kind of alongside that World card. And there's a stability to her too. She's kind of, she looks like a very good counterpart to this King of Cups. The way they sit, the way their clothes are kind of draped, there's a similarity within that. He holds the cup, and see how he holds this staff here on this, and she's holding her staff up here. There's this kind of symmetry and balance here with the two of them. So, you know, that's really beautiful. She's a feeder. She feeds the world. What I'm getting is she kind of feeds the world, and her, you know, right next to this Ace of Wands, this is really about fertility and creativity and creation, pregnancy of ideas, but also physical pregnancy. A lot of that. So that's something to be aware of here. But it really is like things made manifest, pure creativity, really passionate. There's this passion here, and then creating it. But she's knowing. She knows. She has a very deep sense of knowing sitting there. She feels very solid and secure in a kind of different way. And there is an intuition to her with that knowing. There's an intuition to her. These two work, you know, very well together. So altogether, this is really powerful. There's this kind of divine feminine, divine masculine. This is a really powerful connection, kind of, you know, indicative there of this too. And then moving forward pretty fast with this Chariot. These four cards are very powerful. And then the outcome. We have the Seven of Wands. So this card is about standing your ground. It's like you fought your way to the top of the mountain, and then it feels like, I mean, it's often depicted as though people are trying to take you down. Though there's nobody really on this card, so who's really trying to take you down? No one. But it's more like just stand your ground, keep going. Keep going with where you're going. Because even if it looks like, it might not look like this is actually what's going on. This is really quite powerful stuff. And you might be like, oh, no, this doesn't quite resonate, or you're more experiencing this Nine of Swords from them, or the Knight of Pentacles, and getting frustrated. But it's more like if you can take the advice, from this and really kind of go with the flow, then and also stand your ground. Do hold your position. It will become available to you. You will really see how that is what's happening. So yeah, keep going, and I'm excited to see what happens for July. Yeah, so that was really interesting, and I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. It was very powerful. Do like, comment, and share. I read all comments. I can't respond to all of them. It's quite an undertaking, and I kind of prefer to not than just to kind of single out a few. I've got something really special planned for July, so do subscribe if you haven't and tune into that. Otherwise, really have an incredible June. This looks really interesting. This is a very powerful connection, and a great month, and lots of love, and I shall see you again very soon. Oh, just one thing, if you're interested in a personal reading, I will put the link to my scheduling site below. Yeah, I usually use this spread quite a lot, and it is really quite useful and interesting to see what comes up in this spread for you in your connection. But use your intuition always, and see how you feel about that. But I always say, like, I'm the mailman or woman, and if I've got mail for you, you'll know. So come pick it up. Yeah, otherwise, have a great June. I will see you in July. Lots of love. Take care.